At the heart of all great fundraising is a tremendous amount of trust between a donor and a charity. If a charity acts inappropriately, spends funds that don't best serve their charitable objectives, or accepts donations from controversial donors, or develops a communication that donors feel is graphic or offensive, they often risk losing donors forever. So whilst there's clarity in lots of areas of fundraising supported by charity legislation, there's a lot of grey territory where difficult ethical decisions need to be made. The first place to go for help in this area is the Code of Conduct for Fundraisers. It outlines the professional standards you'll want to strive towards. You then want to think about the fundraising techniques you operate as a charity and the ethical decisions that exist for each of them. Some income streams like telephone fundraising, though often really good at raising funds, can lead to objections around intrusion on privacy. These are decisions your charity will need to weigh up carefully. Likewise, within corporate fundraising, there might be companies you decide you can't accept donations from or partner with because they're leading contributors to the issues you're tackling as a charity. And ultimately, you'd lose more support than you'd gain from the donation. Ethical decisions also affect you directly as a fundraiser. Investment in fundraising can be limited in smaller charities, and ethical questions arise about how to pay fundraisers. Unlike the commercial sector, payment on commission or bonuses is discouraged in preference for salaries. This is to prevent fundraisers feeling pressurised into raising funds and transferring that pressure to donors. As a fundraiser, you will also build personal relationships with donors and contractors, and it's not uncommon for gifts to be given to fundraisers. It's difficult to decide whether to accept personal gifts, but as a guide, a donor should feel they have a relationship with the charity rather than the individual fundraiser. And so your charity will have to make a decision on the size of gift they feel is appropriate to accept. Another ethical dilemma exists for charities in deciding what resource they should invest in fundraising. Relying on volunteers and inexperienced staff just doesn't deliver the same return on investment as dedicated and trained paid staff. But donors in the UK don't want to see more than 20 to 25% of their donations going on overheads. So charities need to watch carefully how their investment relates to their income and look for the best income streams that deliver the best return on investment. And of course, charities constantly have to be aware of mission drift, which is the tendency for income streams to be chased for the sake of bringing in funding, even if it is to deliver services that are not within the charity's objectives. Fundraisers will often uncover opportunities to fund projects that the charity is capable of delivering, but which don't strictly fall within the remit of their work. This temptation to seek funds or to distort how income is used may be great, especially in a weak economic climate, or if colleagues' jobs are at risk, or if the sustainability of the charity's services are in question. Here, the ethical dilemma raises its head again, because in misleading a donor you jeopardize the delicate and important balance of trust between you. Bending the truth or focus of the charity's mission may even lead to its long-term weakness. These are discussions you need to weigh up on a regular basis to protect your reputation and that of your charity. Can you think of organisations that have made mistakes and lost your trust as a donor or a consumer? Take yourself through the decision-making process and see what you would have done differently.